Never in history have human beings possessed so much wealth. Never have we owned larger homes, driven faster cars, or had greater access to comfort. Yet despite this abundance, millions remain anxious, dissatisfied, and convinced that they do not have enough. Why does wealth so often fail to deliver the happiness it promises? Human history can, in many ways, be understood as the history of the pursuit of wealth. From the merchants of ancient Mesopotamia to the billionaires of Silicon Valley, humanity has always sought to acquire more. More land, more gold, more possessions, more security. We are told from an early age that wealth is the key to happiness. Study hard, work hard, earn more, and one day, fulfillment will arrive. Yet something curious happens. Many people who achieve financial success discover that the sense of arrival they expected never truly comes. The destination keeps moving. The hunger persists. Why? Perhaps because wealth is not merely an economic issue. It is a philosophical one. And for thousands of years, philosophers have wrestled with a deceptively simple question. What does it truly mean to be wealthy? What is wealth? Today, wealth is often measured numerically: net worth, salary, investment portfolios, property, bank balances. These metrics are useful, but they tell only part of the story. More than 2,000 years ago, Aristotle argued that wealth could not be life's highest goal. In his view, money was merely a means, an instrument that allowed individuals to pursue a flourishing life. After all, money itself cannot be eaten. It cannot love, it cannot think. It has value only because it enables other things. Aristotle believed that confusing means with ends was one of humanity's greatest mistakes. And perhaps modern society has fallen precisely into that trap. For many, wealth has ceased to be a tool. It has become an identity, a measure of self-worth, a moral ranking system. Those who possess more are often admired. Those who possess less may feel invisible. History offers countless examples of this paradox. The Roman Emperor Marcus Aurelius ruled one of the most powerful empires in history. Yet despite commanding armies and vast riches, he constantly reminded himself that external possessions could vanish at any moment. For him, character, not wealth, was the true source of security. But another ancient philosopher offered a radically different perspective. Epicurus, often misunderstood as an advocate of endless pleasure, argued almost the opposite. True wealth, he claimed, consists in limiting one's desires. For Epicurus, bread, water, friendship, tranquility, and freedom from fear were sufficient for a good life. A person who constantly desires more remains poor, no matter how much they own. In contrast, a person whose desires are modest may possess abundance, even with very little. The tyranny of desire. Human beings possess an extraordinary ability. We adapt rapidly. The new phone that once seemed exciting soon becomes ordinary. The promotion that once felt life-changing becomes expected. The dream house eventually becomes just another house. Psychologists call this phenomenon the hedonic treadmill. No matter how much our circumstances improve, we tend to return to a familiar emotional baseline. Our desires expand alongside our achievements. This adaptation was recognized long before modern psychology existed. The 19th century philosopher Arthur Schopenhauer wrote that human life oscillates endlessly between desire and boredom. When we lack something, we suffer because we want it. When we finally obtain it, the excitement fades and boredom emerges. Soon a new desire appears, and the cycle begins again. The philosopher compared wealth to seawater. The more we drink, the thirstier we become. This does not mean that money is worthless. Poverty brings immense suffering. Financial insecurity can dominate every aspect of life. But beyond a certain point, increasing wealth often changes our lives less than we imagine. The pursuit of more can become endless, and endless pursuits rarely lead to peace. Wealth is freedom. To criticize unlimited accumulation is not to condemn wealth itself. Money matters profoundly. Money can provide safety, medical care, education, comfort, opportunity, and perhaps most importantly, freedom. The freedom to decide how one's time is spent. The freedom to refuse exploitation. the freedom to pursue meaningful work rather than merely surviving. The Roman Stoic philosopher Seneca was himself extraordinarily wealthy. Yet Seneca warned repeatedly against becoming enslaved by possessions. According to the Stoics, external goods should be enjoyed but never depended upon, because anything external can be taken away. Markets collapse, fortunes disappear, empires fall. A person whose happiness depends entirely upon wealth lives in perpetual vulnerability. True freedom, the Stoics argued, arises when inner peace does not depend completely upon external circumstances. Paradoxically, the person who needs the least may be the freest of all. The price of success. For every acquisition demands sacrifice. Time spent earning money cannot simultaneously be spent elsewhere. There is always an exchange. More income may require longer hours. Greater status may demand greater stress. Professional success may come at the expense of relationships, health, or peace of mind. Many people spend their youth sacrificing health in pursuit of wealth, only to spend their wealth later attempting to recover their health. Others sacrifice relationships for professional achievement, only to discover that success feels strangely empty when there is no one with whom to share it. Modern culture often asks, how much can you earn? Philosophy asks a different question. What kind of life are you purchasing with your time? The answer will differ for every individual. Some willingly sacrifice comfort in exchange for freedom. Others sacrifice freedom for security. Neither choice is inherently wrong. The danger lies in never consciously making the choice at all, in climbing ladders without ever asking whether they lean against the right wall. Conclusion. Perhaps true wealth cannot be measured solely in currencies, assets, or possessions. Perhaps true wealth is not found in possessing everything, but in discovering what is truly enough. Enough security to live without fear. Enough freedom to choose one's path. Enough wisdom to distinguish needs from endless desires. Money can buy comfort, it can buy convenience, it can even buy freedom, but it cannot tell us what is worth wanting. That question remains as urgent today as it was in ancient Greece. And perhaps the richest person is not the one who owns the most, but the one who needs the least. In a world obsessed with accumulation, perhaps the greatest luxury is contentment. What does wealth mean to you? Share your thoughts below.